Oh my gosh, we're so excited, Sheridan and I, to be here with you to share about this upcoming Aries Pisces Meta Goddess cycle happening from March of 2025 to October of 2026. And the reason we know that this is both Aries and Pisces are these are mind blowing. It's just like we've never seen anything like this before. So we're just going to kind of give you a little introduction into this, and at some point we may do a free event for the larger community and people who are on our list to get more of the details.
Mm.
So with that, we're going to jump right in.
So, attuning to the Venus cycle, right? Why do we even want to do this? Because it invites us to connect deeply with the rhythms of the divine feminine. Engaging ceremonially with the Venus cycle is for those seeking deeper connection, clarity of purpose, and alignment with the feminine in our world, which is so needed these days. This journey reconnects us with the ancient wisdom, honoring the harmonic connection between the earth and sky, guiding us to uncover and embody our true divine essence.
And so just to say that we're talking about the divine feminine, and we all have connection to the divine feminine. It does not matter how you identify, masculine, feminine, woman, man, something else. All of that is welcome here. And that what we're focusing on is how do we really honor and respect that inner feminine aspect that is within all of us.
So, while most astrologers will refer to this as an Aries Venus cycle, because Venus makes her exact conjunction, her exact meeting with the sun in Aries on March 22nd of 2025, us, Kaylin and myself at Venus Alchemy, emphasize the moment Venus becomes visible in the sky, not the exact conjunction with the sun, just as our ancestors did, right? So, depending upon your location where you are on the earth, Venus may rise visibly in Aries for some of us and in Pisces for the rest of us. So, this is a very unique and special Venus cycle embodying the intersection between Aries and Pisces. So we've been just feeling into what does this archetypal energetic blending offer us, right? This meeting and connection between Aries and Pisces. And here's just some thoughts, right? Our individuality, Aries, serving the collective, Pisces, or compassion for ourselves, Pisces, on our individual paths, Aries, right? How our power lies in uncovering our authentic selves, Aries, with true love, Pisces, right? Healing ourselves so we can create a better world in communion with spirit, right? That connection between these two beautiful archetypes.
And just something else we'll be talking about a little bit more in a moment is that the it's possible that Venus conjuncts the sun on March 22nd, and then Venus becomes visible on March 23rd for some. You have to have a low horizon line, you have to be in the exact right location on planet Earth for that to happen. But then it might become visible for others within a day or so after that as well. Again, low horizon line, so on. But for sure, it reaches it's 10 degrees from the sun when it's usually visible, unless you have really high mountains in the east, which I do, and you do too, I know. So
But
we
I
might
can
not
walk
see it
out.
right away, but
Yeah. I've got a couple little hacks to get around that.
yeah,
Get a little distance.
exactly. So the Pisces Aries or Aries Pisces, because it's really shifting from having been an Aries meta goddess since 1921. And now 104 years later in 2025, it's technically we would think it was shifting to Pisces because it's a visible rising in Pisces for most everyone at that time. And that's what the ancient people would have said is the start of the story of Inanna, who's making her descent into the underworld. And the story starts when she's seen, when she's visible. but because she might be visible in Aries and she might be visible in Pisces, we're thinking of her as the Aries being the alpha, the beginning, and Pisces being omega, the end. So how is this the beginning and the end, or at the end and the beginning, or beginning and the end? It's like however we're gonna look at that. Anyway, but that these two are coming together in this way, and there's so many other things that are speaking to this happening. How is this meta goddess guiding us through this cycle? So she is balanced dreaming and inspired action, dreaming Pisces, action Aries, as we co-create with great mystery, crafting a more loving, caring, kind, considerate, just world, because Aries is all about justice, cosmic justice, bringing the justice back. Courageously she's courageously committed to empathic, compassionate action, compassionate Pisces, action, Aries, empathic Pisces, that nurtures and cares for all life as beloved Pisces. So it's like, how is she doing that? And then she's also committed to healthy forms of selfless service to the divine while remembering to fiercely nurture ourselves in the process. So Aries isn't so much selfless, it's more about self and discovery of self and the exploration of self. Um, but will protect others, and has this energy of like, I'm going to hold the space where it's going to be safe for everybody to be who they are, but at the same time it's not that necessarily in and of itself concerned about what others think or feel. However, when Pisces is involved, it will be.
And how perfect that then Aries can help Pisces have some more of like the boundaries that can be the shadow side of Pisces as well. I mean, I just think this is like such an amazing combination for us with everything that's going on in the world right now.
Really reflective of the evolution of our times. So, as we go through this journey, we're going to explore goddesses that really embody both the Aries and Pisces energies. And this is just one example. We have been finding many, and that's been just lighting us up in the most amazing ways. But Artemis, the Greek goddess, or Diana, the Roman goddess, and Diana was the twin sister, or yeah, Artemis was the twin sister of Apollo. Um, is the goddess of the crescent moon, and her Aries side is protector of wild animals. She guides women to seek goals of their own choosing, including all aspects of self-sufficiency and autonomy, guiding women to cultivate femininity as a value in itself. Very, very Aries. And then Pisces, she oversees the fertility and childbirth. She's a healer. She's a steward of the night and dreaming. So, such a beautiful blend of these two energies. And I'd never really thought to look at it this way before. So I'm super excited that there's just like more confirmation that this really is an Aries Pisces Venus cycle that we're coming into. And we're going to look at others that we've been exploring, including Sekhmet, who we've often seen as more of the fierce, either the sovereign queen or the warrior energy. And the Oracle of Delphi, and Durga, and Gaia, and Kuan Yin, and of course many more. But that just kind of gives you a sense that these goddesses definitely embody these Aries Pisces energies.
So interestingly, the archetypal energies of Aries and Pisces are significantly activated throughout 2025 and 2026. This isn't just happening within the Venus cycle. It's happening when the lunar nodes just shifted and the North node moved into Pisces. Saturn is going to
Aries
do.
to Pisces, by the way.
Yes, exactly right. I love that. Saturn is going to be doing this dance between Pisces into Aries, back into Pisces, and then to Aries. Neptune, the same. Mercury, and of course, the Venus cycle we're talking about. So that blending and that intersection of Aries and Pisces is a significant part of this entire year and moving into 2026.
So amazing.
So some of what we want to we'll be talking about in the coming months in the ceremonial journey is that Venus conjuncts the North Node, right? The place where the path of the moon and the sun meet each other 3 times. We're going to talk more about that in a second. Venus is going to conjunct Saturn 3 times and Neptune 3 times. So, this whole dance of Aries and Pisces with all of these archetypal planetary energies as well, and the nodes where soul and spirit, the path, cross each other, are very interactive with Venus and Venus with them in this coming cycle, which is like mind blowing, incredibly powerful, and provides an unbelievable opportunity for our transformation and our growth.
And has never happened in our lifetime, and maybe won't happen for many more lifetimes, and probably hasn't happened for many lifetimes before that. So we are in a rare moment for sure. Yeah. So we're just gonna dive into this a little bit more because Venus, the three conjunctions of Venus with the North Node, April 1st, well, actually there was one on February 1st. It was in the Leo cycle right before it went into the Aries cycle. But in the Aries cycle, there's going to be three. And this is rare. Like the last time it was in an Aries cycle, not Pisces, Aries Pisces, but just Aries cycle, was February of 1970. And it only did it once. Then it's going to do it on April 1st, 2025, April 23rd, 2025, and then again February 17th of 2026 during this cycle. And it'll be 2044 before they come back together, but it won't be in the Aries cycle, it'll be in the Libra cycle, and then 2045 it'll be in the Gemini cycle, not the Aries Pisces cycle, and then in 2063 it'll be in Capricorn, not the Aries Pisces cycle when they come together, because the North Node and Venus will come together about every 18 and a half years or so. But to come together in this cycle, this Venus cycle, it's about every 56 years. And so they did come together 56 years ago, back in 1970. If we look from 2026 back to 1970, that's 56 years. So super rare, super amazing. And I have done some research on this, and it's very rare that the Venus and the North Node will conjunct this many times in any cycle, much less this cycle. Most of them are only once. And the other thing is that Venus is going to stay within 10 degrees of the North Node from January 22nd to May 11th. This is a long time for it to be there in Pisces, connected to Pisces. So this is putting a spotlight on the Pisces energy. And then if we look at the dance of Neptune and Saturn going from Pisces into Aries, back into Pisces, back into Aries, this is happening 3 times for each of them as well. So they're crossing that 0 Aries point, coming back to the 29 Pisces point. And this is something that hasn't happened in a really long time. It's 165 years for Neptune to come into to enter Aries. It's almost 30 years for Saturn to enter Aries, for them to do it together at the 0 Aries point, which will happen on February 20th of 2026. They'll come together at the 0 Aries point. That has not happened in over 12,000 years. That's how amazingly rare this cycle is. That's just continually expanding our like wow moments. So it's super exciting and a way to really take advantage of these rare moments. And there's more of them. I mean, we've only just very tip of the iceberg here. Um, we is that it, like 251 years ago, Venus stationed retrograde on March 1st, 1774, at near the same degree as it is now. It'll be 251 years before it does it again. I mean, this is how rare it is. Mercury does not go retrograde in the same year at the same place as it's doing now. So we're again just the tip of the iceberg. It's so amazing what's going on. And I think it's really calling for us to be present and to work with these energies, because we're informing the mysteries as much as they're informing us, because we're the embodiment of the mysteries. And so if we can be aware of what's going on, then we can be the embodiment that is going to be the most supportive to all of life, not just to ourselves. Well, of course, we want it to be for ourselves, but to the whole entire planet.
Mm. And when we're talking about the North Node, right, which you have written here, is just like it's our destiny, the direction that we're heading, right? The whole solar system is moving in this northerly direction. So it's like this is our destiny. Like this is what we're meant to be doing right now, is really leaning into this energy that can, I think, completely change the world, our experience, and what's happening if we all, like you said, become present and really lean into doing our own personal work around it. So amazing.
So exciting.
So, the Venus cycle as an initiatory journey, which is what we offer at Venus Alchemy, is about actively attuning to the divine feminine, of unfolding within and around you, right? Stepping into and encouraging more of the empowerment and embodiment of the divine feminine on our lives. It's about actively working with sky medicine, right? What's happening in the sky as it relates to the earth happening inside of us, informing the evolution that is possible now. It's about deepening your ability to trust yourself and your intuition, right? Connecting more deeply to yourself. And then that trust blooms from there. Intentionally transforming any blockages in your chakras, reclaiming your rightful relationship with each one. And we have a little video on the homepage that you can check out if you want to understand more about the whole Venus cycle and how it connects with the chakras. It's a powerful journey. Accepting the invitation or call to reconnect with our ancestral ways of communing with Venus, which because Venus is so bright in the sky, all of our ancestors followed, worshiped, connected into the Venus cycle. So this is a way to tune into that. And it's about deepening the ancient ceremonial power inherent in the Venus cycle, personally and collectively, enlivening a new sacred way of honoring the divine feminine within all life.
Something to know is that the Sumerians and Babylonians thought that the Venus rise closest to the spring equinox was the most significant of the five Venus cycles that happen. And so this one is happening closest to the spring equinox. And so it is very significant. And one of the things that we've noticed over the years is that this cycle tracks the Anana story more closely than any other of the cycles. Also, they built Newgrange to track this Venus cycle as well. So, I mean, there's been ancient sites that have been built to track the Venus cycle. So, this one is one that even if you don't have any Aries or Pisces necessarily on your chart, but you just want to be part of some greater universal, global, collective, something or other, I don't know what to really call it, but of how we when we come together and we exponentially increase the power of our intention, we would love to have you join us.
Um,
So thank you for being here, and we hope to see you down the road. Bye.